with power. We'll explain the context of what we're laughing at in a minute.
Oh, man.
We're back for another episode of Top 5 Live, episode 104. As you can see, Danny J. Quick is not here tonight. He is actually on vacation with his family, enjoying some family time, and he will be back next week. But in the interim, we've got his partner in crime from the Foretels podcast every Saturday at 10 a.m. Kyrun Silva with an active Kickstarter on that we are literally just hundreds of dollars away from the first goal.
Get this funded. Stop praying.
You know, I'm very excited about that. I actually
got less than 400 to go, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean it's just a few $100s. So I gotta wait. Let me make sure I get this shared because I saw, your phone won't let you set things up the same as on your computer. So like it's not sharing to my Facebook page or none of that. So
let me find them.
I'm gonna see if I can fix that real quick, or I'll fix it in between the show. But I'm gonna just make sure.
I got you. I got you today.
But
don't forget.
I like how y'all just start the show without telling nobody. You just go boop and just start. Like
absolutely.
Excuse me, sir. It says 3, 2, 1.
The whole yeah. There's a whole countdown and you got a whole you know what time the show come on. You know what I'm saying? So I mean. We got people that listen every week, and they know what time it is. So the list for this week is, and y'all excuse me while I eat chicken, very stereotypically.
Niggas got niggas.
The list for this week is the top 5 90s cartoons. So the qualifier is that it had to be released within. Good evening. It has to be released in the 90s. It can't be pre-released or post-released. So that's the only reason you won't see Boondocks on this list. But we'll be getting to that list soon enough. We want to start the show with Javon wanted to continue an argument that we had off
everything is not an argument. Which argument? It's called a discussion.
With you,
there's degrees to this thing.
But I think everyone agrees. If you're involved, it's an argument. So
that's not. See, again, y'all got to understand. If I'm angry at you, that's an argument. If I'm just debating with you, that's a debate. A debate, there's no emotion involved.
Problem is, we don't know when you're angry or not.
That's not true.
Yeah.
If I immediately start smiling after, I'm not really angry.
Well,
if I put you in the back room.
Well, yeah, I guess
in the back.
I guess if you call on B.
I'm just call. Hey, listen. I'm just letting y'all know.
If you call on B live on there.
If I put you in the back, then absolutely. But that doesn't happen often.
Okay.
Doesn't happen often at all. I've never been angry at Morgan.
Never? Wait. Man.
Nah. Why would I be angry?
You guys have had a lot of heated discussions, so I just thought
that's
maybe
all it is. It's all
he's making that up, Karen.
I promise you, I've never been angry at him. Never.
From the outside looking in, it looks like you've been angry at him a couple
I
times.
tell people all the time, I play up for the show. When it's over, when the camera cuts.
Yeah, okay.
The only time I've ever been actually angry was that incident. That was it. That's it.
All right.
That's it. All right. So anyway, the conversation that Morgan and I had was from last week's conversation about top 5 verses. And Morgan, tell people what your top 5 were.
To be honest with you, I don't remember what the top 5 was.
Niggas gotta be negative, man. I swear, the unprofessionalism. By the way, put my win up there, please. Put my win up there. I appreciate it.
What I do?
Huh?
I will in a second.
All right, I got your top 5. Y'all Morgan's top 5.
Morgan's internet's going out, dude.
Racist internet.
Seriously.
I'm gonna tell them. Why you fixing that? Morgan's top 5, starting at 5. for the top 5 unbeatable versus artists was Busta Rhymes at 5, Jay-Z at 4, Lil Wayne at 3, Kanye West at 2, and Michael Jackson at 1.
Look, he was so disappointed in his own top 5, he just left.
He just left.
This
is how we got. This is why we. This is what you get when you work with black people sometimes, or at least black people named Morgan. All right. Let's see.
I'm only half, so I'm good.
Oh boy, you half when it suits you.
That's not really racist.
That's the most racist thing Kyrun has ever said.
What do you say? I missed it. Now I'm sad.
Kyrun said that's why I'm only half black.
I'm only half.
And that is the most racist thing
you've
ever said.
Probably, yeah, actually.
Good job, Kyrun. That's good. That was good.
That is baffling.
Yeah. So okay. So I heard you start naming them while the
I gave you a list. Your list was Busta. From 5 to 1 was Busta. Damn it, I lost it just that quick.
Busta,
Jay-Z,
Jigga,
Lil Wayne, Kanye West, and Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to point out, you have Lil Wayne over Jay-Z.
There's a reason for that.
That's hilarious.
There's a reason for it.
Kanye over Jay-Z, fine, because you can go into production, and I get that.
Yep.
He may have because he's black, but his name's not Morgan. He only needs one.
Hey, at least you get it, PJ. At least you get it. While we're arguing, I'm gonna put the link up for
my point. My argument from against my argument is Morgan said that. Well, actually, I'll be honest. I said that my list clears Morgan's.
Personal opinion.
And yeah, but you seem to take it very, very personally.
Not really. I said because when I came up with the list, it was off the top of my head. I said literally with me just off the top of my head. The debate came in at you said Stevie, and you said 4 of your people would wipe the floor with. It was something like that. It was you said something.
I said 4 of my people would wipe the floor with 4 of yours.
Yeah,
I can see Javon
got
winning close 4, man.
What you say?
I can see Javon's list winning 4. Yeah.
I mean, my top 5 are Jermaine Dupri, Babyface.
It was only 2. It was only 2 tenders. I have wings. I just haven't eaten them yet.
I said Jermaine Dupri, Babyface, Prince, and Stevie Wonder. Now, I pointed out that Busta wouldn't even be in this top 10, if I'm being honest.
Mm-mm.
If we took my 5 and your 5 and put them together and we kind of shuffled them out, Busta's not in that top 10.
Wait, were y'all excluding features?
Even with features, though.
No, features are added.
Features are added too.
The reason my list is what it is because we're adding features. Because in a versus battle, you put Javon's win up, so you don't accuse me of nothing.
No, you got to put you and Danny tied last week.
I get tired of winning sometimes, but
that's why you didn't last week.
Okay. Every now and again, God is good to all. He said,
"Wait, I didn't realize Morgan was winning that badly."
It's only 4.
Thank you, Kyrun.
It's only 4.
Thank you, Kyrun. I appreciate you for pointing that out.
That's a whole month's worth right there, though.
That's all right.
I appreciate you for pointing that out, Kyrun. Thank you. I got a month's lead.
Don't worry about it.
But anyway, so my point was the people that I picked. If you add features, the same way that they do versus battles, where you can bring out people on stage, it's a performance. You got features. You can add produced songs. Soulja Boy had songs when Soulja Boy. Who did Soulja Boy go against? Bow Wow. When Soulja Boy and Bow Wow went against each other, Soulja Boy was playing songs that he literally had like 10 words on because he produced it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna allow that, bro, you're not beating the people on my list. There's no way. But the argument came in at okay, you got Stevie and Prince who are legends. There's no question about that, right? But they would not go. They would not be put against each other in the verses. Nobody's.
But we're putting them against each other in this in this exercise, we're putting them against each other.
But that wouldn't be good for Stevie and Prince. Is my
then
point.
Why are we doing the topic?
I don't know. That was
your idea.
But that was part of.
But they wouldn't be going against each other.
This was your idea, Morgan. Morgan, it was your idea.
No, it wasn't.
The top 5 unbeatable verses. That was you, bro.
Yeah, but when we were talking about stipulations of,
he's like, it's the top 5 as long as my list wins. That's why.
No, I mean, listen,
help. All right, Kyrun, you hear what he's saying, right?
I think if Prince and Stevie are on a stage with Jay-Z, who brings out Beyonce and Kanye and DJ Khaled and whoever else, I don't think there's any way in Hades that they're gonna beat that Stevie is gonna beat Jay-Z in the verses with them on the stage. I don't think so. There's no way.
Know who
there ain't no way
Wonder can bring out.
What is he gonna play? Ribbon in the Sky? And while I put on to the next one, I'm just saying.
Bring out like We Are the World too, though.
He can literally bring out every artist who sampled his thing.
That's around there.
He can bring out timeout. He can bring out people who sample his thing, people who've actually done covers of it.
Like what?
He has literally written. You know what? I'm gonna help you out.
You're not helping me
out. Definitely Prince. We can't act like Prince ain't gonna run stuff.
In an energy for energy show, I would give it to Prince before I give it to Stevie. Because Prince is an absolute monster in every way as a musician.
And what does Jay-Z do when he performs?
Rap.
This is Jay-Z. He's standing in one spot. I've seen Jay-Z in concert. Jay-Z standing in one spot.
Are you trying to tell me the concert was lame?
I'm saying that Stevie Wonder is more of a showman than Jay-Z, and I think Jay-Z wouldn't disagree with me on that.
You think Stevie Wonder in the verses with a crowd in front of him is going to beat Jay-Z in the verses?
I think so.
I disagree.
Okay.
I got to go with Javon on that, man.
I mean, most people would. Okay. Most people with taste and common sense would. This man is he's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, the Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He is literally produced and wrote for some of the biggest. You talk about who Jay-Z, if we talking about they can bring out everybody living and dead, because we use people who are living and dead in our list, they can bring out everybody living and dead.
Michael Jackson's actually still living somewhere. It's like a Tupac thing.
Morgan's decided to get niggerish right now.
What the hell?
It's true.
I didn't say Jay-Z is boring live. I'm saying Stevie Wonder is a better showman. Just like Busta Rhymes, like DMX is a better showman than Jay-Z. And I think Jay-Z wouldn't disagree with that. Busta Rhymes is a better showman than Jay-Z.
He wouldn't, but whose catalog is better?
So we're going off a catalog though, or just
catalog is a part of it? That's what I'm saying. A versus
so
battle,
which is it though?
You watch versus battles. I know you did.
I know. We
okay.
Yes.
So a versus battle is 20 songs hit for hit, right?
Right.
That's one criteria. The other criteria, once COVID ended, was you're going to be on the stage and battle against each other.
Okay.
Everybody thought Dipset and the Lots was going to actually be a challenge.
Okay.
Before that versus happened.
I don't think anybody. Well,
that's BS. Everybody thought that joint was going to be a great versus until Jada took the mic and melted their whole faces off. It was strictly performance. That is why this is the most legendary versus that's been done because of what he did to them.
Okay.
You don't think Stevie Wonder could take a mic and just kill it?
No.
Have you ever seen Stevie Wonder perform, dude?
I've seen him perform at shows, but I have not been to a concert of his. No.
I have been to a Stevie Wonder concert, dude. He's got energy. He's got live bands. He's got all of it. He can perform. He can perform. Just because he can't move, just because he stands in this one space, just like Hove. But it's a lot more energy with Stevie than Jay-Z.
I mean, it sounds like this just boils down to Stevie versus Jay-Z, and the rest is just a wash.
Prince, Hove ain't riding with Prince. Get out of here with that.
I'm not saying. I'm saying between y'all right now. I'm
not talking to you. I'm just saying Prince, even Babyface. If you want to talk about, Jay-Z can bring out this person, Jay-Z can bring out this person. Do you know the army of musicians that Babyface can bring out on stage?
Just like all of the 90s R&B is just Babyface right there, dude. Just the entire catalog of 90s R&B.
Mariah,
Boyz II Men.
Janet, Boyz II Men, Jodeci. Who else?
SWV.
SWV. Who else? I'm just you. This is your argument. I'm talking about your argument. You said Jay-Z could bring out Beyonce and everything like that, and I'm like, okay, cool. But the amount of people that Babyface can, Jermaine Dupri can bring out everybody that Jay-Z brought out and more. He done produced for all of those people and got his own songs with them.
So you think Jermaine Dupri in a versus battle against Jay-Z is going to win?
I think if we're talking catalog, absolutely. Absolutely. Jermaine Dupri produced Mariah Carey's the Emancipation of Mimi. Multiple, yes.
Are you going to play the Emancipation of Mimi against Jay-Z playing everything Jay-Z can play?
It depends on what Jay-Z put
battle.
If
Jay-Z, it's a battle, right?
If Jay-Z put, say, I don't know, let's see, Crazy in Love. He could drop something from that. Jermaine Dupri got hits from rappers too. Like, what you want? Like, he could go hit for hit with Hove. Neither of them are the biggest performers. Neither Jay-Z nor Jermaine Dupri are like great showmen in the sense of like
Jay-Z has one of the greatest catalogs. Jay-Z has one of the greatest catalogs in music history.
Nobody said that he didn't have it. I'm saying
and that's without features. That's without him coming on somebody else's song.
Okay, but that doesn't matter in a battle though. It's about the 20 biggest hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I wrong? Come on, fella, can't do Jermaine.
I think there's just too many parameters you guys going off this to really make it fair.
I'm trying to keep up with Morgan. Morgan will say, "Oh, well, it's about the catalog." So I'm like, "Bet, let's talk about the catalog." And then he'll be like, "It's the performance."
You know what it's about.
And
Why
I'm like,
"Okay, like you don't know
I'm
what
talking about the performance."
But you know what a Verzuz is. So
I know what a Verzuz is.
The catalog. It includes the performance. All of that is a part of it. So you're acting like I'm making stuff up.
I'm not. But I'm using.
You said you're trying to keep up with me. You're not keeping up with me. That's the context of a Verzuz battle.
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm just
listen. You got the entire chat is telling you that you ain't right.
I love how it went originally from Stevie to Jay-Z. Now it's Jermaine Dupri.
No, because it was my top. No, I said.
No, I mean in the chat. Chat, it's all like, "Hey, JD got just as much as Jay-Z does," and I'm like, "You're right," but
Jermaine Dupri produced "Sleeping in My Bed" with Drew Hill. Jermaine forward. I mean, he could put out Jump Jump and have everybody Jump. Chris Cross ain't put out a new album. They're not even performing because one of them had passed, but they hadn't put out an album before he passed, and they could still put out Jump Jump, and people would lose their minds.
Wait, I thought they did put out an album like right before he died.
I don't think so. I remember that "Tonight's the Night" song. That was like the last one I remember. But he got Debrat. What else? He got Jagged Edge, Mariah Carey. He's done hits with Diddy. He's done hits with everybody. So
I don't disagree.
But I'm just saying, like his catalog of hits is a lot bigger and longer than Jay-Z's.
Okay.
Like Jay-Z's catalog is big. Jermaine Dupri's, because it's not only is it just his rapping, it's his production as well. And that's what Verzuz is, right?
Yep.
I think this is Morgan's way of conceding.
No, Morgan. You know how Morgan is, man. I know how Morgan is.
Hey, man,
I was trying to say to him, I was trying to tell him that Stevie Wonder would smoke Busta Rhymes, and he was trying to tell me no. Like, I was just like,
we disagree.
I mean,
that's why I'm not saying much, because there's no number one, there's no way to do it. Number two, it's an impasse. I'm not gonna agree. I don't care who else said.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I ain't got.
Well, I mean, I'm asking, why do you disagree? Like,
because I don't think there's any way possible. I don't care what the show is. Hip hop is the biggest music in the world and has been for decades now, over the whole world.
I'm listening.
It's very hard for me to believe that somebody's going to get on stage and just wash one of the biggest hip hop artists of all time. I just don't believe it. That's just hard for me to believe. That's why I'm at an impasse. That's why I cannot believe that Stevie Wonder and Jay-Z, since that's who we're using, as one of the people on the list, are on the same stage going hit for hit. And the crowd's going to rock with Stevie over Jay. I just don't believe it at all. That's not going to change. There's no way to change my mind on that. It would be the same as Busta's over here doing a show. And he got like Diddy and he got Diddy and Pharrell over there doing Pastor Cavoursier, and then you play Ribbon in the Sky, and Stevie wins that round.
Yeah, but you wouldn't play those two songs at the same times. Like
you're right, but that you're making my point for me. So what song? So if they play Pastor Cavoursier, what are you going back with? You got the odds. Hey man, listen, Paige, we're gonna handle that. You don't have to worry about that, bro. You've been talking trash on this said thread for a while, so you just make sure you don't run when these cards come, okay? The point is,
Stevie Wonder can play very superstitious. He can play superstitious, and everybody knows that song, dude. Because, let me put it to you this way. Think he's gonna win? Hold on. Let me put it to you this way. You said Jay-Z is the biggest hip hop artist, one of the biggest hip hop artists of all time. I'll agree with you on that. Stevie Wonder is literally one of the biggest artists of all time. Crossover across generations. People know his music like there are white people in middle America who don't know Pastor Cavoursier. But they know Stevie Wonder songs.
You think there's gonna be white people out there for that Verzuz?
There are white people in every Verzuz crowd.
Really?
You don't think that white people go to these events?
The Verzuz battles I saw, I ain't see many. Okay. If there was any in there, it was like salt on the floor.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If it was like the original Verzuz, like when it wasn't performance and it was just dudes sitting there behind their computers going hit for hit, you don't think that they would be able to go? You don't think you think how do you think that would go? You still think Hove is beating them?
The biggest problem in this entire situation is the difference in genres. That's the big that's
not forget that argument because it doesn't matter in this discussion. We are
well okay then yes then yes I don't
care. I just want you to answer my question. All right, so then the performance doesn't matter in your
Thanks PJ for being honest. Thank you.
Hey, PJ gonna be there for that Backstreet Boys NSYNC Verzuz for real.
Damn.
PJ know all these artists.
Hey,
PJ know all these artists. I'm just telling you.
PJ just doesn't go, but he listens to them all.
Exactly.
But they know though. That's the thing. Like
my entire point
what audience are we putting? I mean, again, I'm just talking about
the energy that comes with a hip hop show. Is going to beat the energy of almost, I don't care what other genre of music it is, it's going to beat that energy almost every time. It just is, in my opinion. There's no world that I'm going to listen to Taylor Swift over here versus Kanye.
Where did Taylor Swift come from?
She's one of the biggest artists
this is the way Morgan debates.
No,
you talk about
where did Taylor Swift come from? Right? Taylor Swift is a pop star. That's the other biggest genre of music, right?
Morgan's like, I'm not gonna listen to Mozart when I can listen to Kanye West. Damn it!
I'm not gonna listen to John Lennon and then listen to Billy Ray Cyrus. Okay,
have I been to a rock concert? I don't think I've been to one, Jamari. Not that I can think of.
That was so. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Speaking of, oh man. Hey, did y'all watch the clip that the guy was trying to say that Taylor Swift is a better artist and performer than Beyonce?
Yeah, I'm not.
Real quick, Paige, Silverhawks would be disqualified because it's not from the 90s, dude. And I don't think G-Force is either.
Thundercats was in the 80s too. You can't, if it started in the 80s and goes to the 90s.
Yeah, it has to come out in the 90s.
Start in the 90s.
G-Force wouldn't be in there either. So you got to redo your list, man.
Do we agree on American cartoons?
I don't know.
I thought y'all said it just had to be in the 90s.
Oh, I don't know if whatever.
Damn,
hey, listen, man. I'm trying to tell him, Sean. I'm trying to tell him, man. I'm trying to help him.
There's nothing to tell me, bro. We're not going to agree on that.
I'm going. That would be a good. What do you call it? Even still, though, like Kanye, I'll give you Kanye because Kanye. I'm okay with Kanye being in top 5 because, like I said, he got production with other people and everything like that.
Yeah, Kanye's gonna match.
His catalog is longer and stronger than Jay-Z's, but Busta, Lil Wayne, and Hove. I mean, Hove maybe, but again, I can't put Hove over Prince because Prince can give you the same energy that you can get at a hip hop concert. Like I don't care, like. Prince can give you that same energy. I've been to a Stevie Wonder concert. He can bring energy. It's a different type of energy than at a hip hop concert, but that don't mean it's better.
I got you.
Hold on, Sean. No, I saw the one. I don't have anime in my list. I don't know if the guys do. PJ, I didn't put anime stuff in there.
I did.
Anyway, hold on. I would never put Jay-Z against a producer as an artist. It's not fair. Yeah, for Jay-Z.
Yeah, it's not. It's not fair to Jay-Z. But Jay-Z can bring out. Listen,
you keep saying that though. Like that. That's my.
I don't have any argument.
You keep saying that. You keep saying Jay-Z can bring out X person, and I'm like, well, these other artists can bring out people too.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to add to it because it's not going anywhere.
I mean, I would stop too. Go ahead, Kyrun. Go tell us about Zob.
Fuck you. I hate you so much right now.
Why do you say it like that? What in the world, bro?
No, that's from the show, man. Tell us about Saul.
He said that 3 times last week when I was on his show, even though I told him. And he still said it 3 times wrong.
The last two times I was doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I know. All right, so
tell us about Saul, the lightning wielder.
All right, so this is actually turned into a double feature Kickstarter between my book, Saul Lightning Wielder, and my wife's book, My Hero Among Superheroes.
Oh, okay.
She busted out with this back in Father's Day and said, hey, I wrote this script. I'm going to convert it to a comic book, and that's what we got here. So right now, you can definitely get issue 1 through 4 of Saw if you want to catch up on all 4 issues, or if you want to just get the 4th one, you can. You can also get her book as an add-on. So you can get both our books. You can also get, right now, you're going to get, if you get a physical book, you get a free bookmarker sticker. They're also going to have t-shirts available. If you've never tried any of my books, you can add on my other books as options also. We're like $300 and some away from funding with 7 days left. So I'm hoping, we can hit that soon. And apparently the stretch goals that y'all made up for me are still in place somehow.
Oh, oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wait, I can't remember. What were they?
If we hit 7,000, I get Danny tattooed on my chest as Ace Blade. I think it was if we hit 8,000, I get Morgan on my back, dressed up as Lumberjack, dancing around a stripper pole, which is really the axe.
I'm not okay with that.
I don't care.
I am.
It sounds very, 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 very.
This is what y'all thought.
I need that to happen.
It's very close to something that's just not. I'm not in that community. I can't speak for that community.
I absolutely. I co-sign that. I need to see that. I need y'all to get on this, man.
Was it 10,000?
No, it was 8,000, wasn't it?
No. 8,000 was Morgan, and then 10,000 was I get like the 3 of y'all on my backside or something like that.
Oh yeah,
oh my god,
the top 5 logo.
That's what it was. Yeah.
You're going to get a tattoo of us? How did we get in this?
This was your idea.
No, this is my idea.
It was not my idea.
No,
I don't know. 1 of 3 y'all.
It most certainly was not my idea.
This is my idea.
So Sean, I saw that same trailer and I'm off that, bro. If there's one thing Zack Snyder could do is spend money. I didn't mean to detract from Kyrun's
that's cool. I didn't get to. I know you seen it, but I didn't get to watch it yet.
I didn't get to watch it either. But isn't this his he couldn't do Star Wars, so he decided to do this?
It does look like that he's doing his own version of Star Wars. Yes,
I think that's. I read somewhere that's essentially what this is.
So are none of y'all excited to watch it? Is that what you're saying?
Listen,
it's hard to get excited about Zack Snyder stuff.
That's what I wanted to talk about tonight. That's why I want to talk about tonight, because I want to get some of the people in the audience's opinion too. So,
I thought you were going to want to talk about Jennifer Aniston. Talk about she's tired of cancel culture after she tried to cancel Jamie Foxx.
Oh my! I didn't even know about that, but I definitely will have something to say about that in a minute. I need to say this before I forget. Number one, there better be at least one new backer on this before like the next 15 minutes.
Come on, y'all. Come on, man. We only got.
That's number one.
Why does it look like he was trying to look for Whitney though?
He was.
No,
he was like,
Whitney sleep in the room.
I need you not to threaten your computer.
Yeah.
Cool. We can talk about Man of Steel.
What we gotta talk about?
I wanted to ask about.
Talked about.
What's good, Dragon Hunt? That's my guy.
What's up, Dragon?
So all right. So movies and how crazy it is. Like the box office has been struggling for some time now. And I'm interested in wanting to hear y'all's ideas as to why you think that is. To me, this is similar to the superhero movie fatigue debate, because I think the movie industry was in trouble before COVID. I'm wondering if you think it's a combination of like streaming, like post-COVID, we're just in a different space. Because some movies still do huge numbers. Like we just watched Barbie do it. Oppenheimer did pretty good. But Mission Impossible, I think they said Mission Impossible lost like I forgot. I know Mission Impossible lost money.
Did it lose money?
Yeah, they did. Mission Impossible lost money. Like a lot of the movies that used to be able to do at least on opening weekend, maybe.
Ooh, shit. Yeah, you're right. Maybe. They both Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible is supposedly $100 million.
Mission Impossible had like $300 million a budget.
Yeah, but
541.
He's easily covered that for forever. Like he's easily covered on Mission Impossible every time. So
they did.
And the movie
they did cover it though.
The movie was good. So that's why I'm interested. Like, why do y'all think? And I'm talking to y'all in the audience as well. Why do y'all think that is? Like, why do you think there's such a struggle at the box office nowadays? Like, it really is like you have no idea what's gonna hit and what's gonna miss, in my opinion. And I'll be honest about myself, because y'all know I'm an avid movie goer. I go to the movies probably 3 times a month on average. So, but there are some movies I just don't want to see like that. You know, I hope Blue Beetle does well, but I still got to go see it. I haven't seen it yet. But I think they opened. What did Blue Beetle open at? Like 25?
It was like 23.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and it's not because it's not.
Well, that's. I mean, Blue Beetle's different though. Because
Blue Beetle was not a top tier character that they thought was going to be everything though.
They didn't promote it though.
Yeah.
They barely promoted. No, they barely promoted it until like a week or two before the movie.
They could have done better on promoting it.
They absolutely
they promoted it.
They didn't promote it like they promoted other movies. Like, just think about like some other movies that you've seen. Like, honestly, I think the reason that movies are struggling is 2 things. One is too expensive to go to movie theaters now.
Yep.
Like, you used to be able to take like your family to go to a movie. Like, if you have a 4-person family, you almost spending like $50.
Good point, PJ and Javon.
Probably, yeah. Like, I mean, that's a lot of money to go to like a movie,
and that's not even including when you get to the theater and you got to buy popcorn and soda. The popcorn and soda is double what you already pay for the ticket just to get in.
And it's because they're struggling. Like the theaters are legitimately insanely struggling just to make money to cover things. And that was there before COVID. So,
but you also have to acknowledge the fact that movies come to digital super fast now.
Yep.
And like that, people, I think people look at this stuff and they go, movies are struggling. And I look at it and I say, the industry is changing. It's not that they're struggling. It's like, it's not the same. Like, think about like maybe before, like how it was before digital. Like it used to take months, like multiple months, like 6 months before a movie would come out on
that changed. I ain't gonna lie.
DVD and videotape.
It used to be a year or two. Sometimes.
Yeah, it used to be a long time.
What was it like? Titanic was like almost a year because it was doing so well in the theater.
Right. And so now, like that, I mean, it's on. They advertise the digital like while the movie's still in theaters. They'll be like, "Oh, it's coming to digital in like a week." People aren't going to go rush to go to movie theater if they can get something on digital like within a month of a movie being out. I know I don't.
Think about also, honestly, a lot of our setups at home are just as comfortable as going to the theater nowadays. So why am I going to go?
It's the alarm.
Why am I going to go to the theater, spend almost $100 to take my whole family when I can wait 4 months, spend $20 and rent it for a day, get $2 popcorn from Walmart and be good? I mean,
or just have an actual meal.
Yeah.
Like screw popcorn. I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna eat some good food, and I'm on my couch.
That's what we did for Avatar, the Way of the Water. We were like, we want to go see it, but then we were like, it's going to be $100 for just the 5 of us to get in the theater.
Yep.
I'm not going to do that when I can wait 3 or 4 months and know it's going to be on Disney Plus and
for free.
Just kick back. Yeah. And I think also there's not as good of movies out, just personally. There's not a lot of movies that just excite me and want me to get to the theaters. There's good movies, but there's nothing I've seen and be like, yeah, I have to see this in the theater to get that full movie experience.
I felt that way about Mission Impossible.
Me too.
You had to see it?
I was like, I knew I wanted to see it in the theater on a bigger screen.
Yep.
But it used to be back in the day, it'd be like every month there'd be a movie that you felt like, yeah, I got to watch it in this big theater to really get that full immersive experience. And now it doesn't seem like there is anymore.
I think we're just more jaded.
It could be that.
I agree with that too.
Could be that.
I just think we're jaded.
I think it's a combination of stuff. I think, like Jamon said, I think the industry is changing. I think that change started before COVID, and COVID greatly accelerated it, and made it almost irreversible.
What the hell?
Wow, PJ. Wow. Just coming from Tom Cruise, just openly like that. My God.
PJ?
My God, PJ.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah,
if you're listening, if you're listening.
I feel like you make great movies, Tom. I don't know what.
We like you, Tom. We like you here.
Y'all can say that. I'm not gonna say I like Tom Cruise.
What? What's wrong? What Tom Cruise do to you?
Nothing. It's nothing. Just not a big fan of any of his work. It's all right.
Any?
Nah. Sort of mid for me.
You don't like none of the Mission Impossibles?
They're all right.
You ain't like Interview with a Vampire?
It's all right.
So you just meh on Top Gun, huh? You just
yeah, pretty much.
I'm questioning my whole friendship.
It's just something about Tom Cruise. I don't know what it is. You take Tom Cruise out of those things, replace him with somebody else, I'll probably like it more. But it's just something about Tom Cruise. Just doesn't.
Just because he's a middle-aged white guy.
Yeah, it could be that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you replace it with Tom Hanks, I'm cool. He's an older white guy.
Everybody likes Tom Hanks.
Everybody loves Tom Hanks.
Except for I didn't watch that auto movie though. While we're talking about
movie, I heard it was good though.
I'm sure it was. I haven't seen Tom Cruise in the movie.
Hey, PJ. Damn.
Oh, PJ's on my side. That's
wow.
I never said I'll wait till it hits streaming as many times as I've said the last 2 years.
Okay. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Look, bro.
Tom Cruise and Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder is fantastic.
Okay, awesome. So you all right. Awesome. So you redeemed yourself just like a hair, just but like a whisker.
Just a little bit.
Like a whisker.
Right. Just a little bit.
But yeah, it's just different now, man. We got to stop. Again, I said the same argument about the comic book industry that I'm saying about movies. And we have to stop using the past as a barometer for success in the present. Like the billion-dollar movies that used to happen regularly before COVID, especially for Marvel movies, like that's not going to happen anymore. There are people that still don't go to movie theaters. There are people that are willing to wait until the movies come out on Disney Plus, or willing to wait until they're available digitally. I mean, remember, like, people used to buy DVDs. People don't buy DVDs anymore. That's a whole like financial segment of how movies used to make their money back. That's really not there anymore.
I agree. I mean, now me, yeah. I still personally, again, I'm still an avid moviegoer because there's still movies that I want to see. I have to see in the theater, and then if I love the movie, I'm gonna still just order as soon as it comes out at home. Like if I love the movie, I just come home and order it on Vudu as soon as I get home. So, we'll pre-order it. I mean, so that is very like because there are good movies. There are like when I saw what Blue Beetle's numbers were, I was like, dang, bro. And I think one of the reasons is because you put all this diversity into that movie and give a cast for the Hispanic community that type of brevity and budget of a good film from all accounts of everything that I've heard, and it doesn't do the numbers that you would like it to, and I don't want them to take that to heart to be like, you know, it's a slight against Hispanic people or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I would hate for them to take it that way, but it would be the same as if Black Panther had came out and the response wasn't what it was. You know what I'm saying? Because then or Woman King, like what Viola Davis was saying about how long and hard it was for them to get Woman King made. How hard it was for them to get it made and how long it took them to get the money together. So if the movie flopped, you know what I'm saying? She was like, y'all, you will very rarely, if ever, see another movie of this kind again. You know what I'm saying? Because they gave it a chance and it didn't work. And for us, we only get one strike at the one bite at the apple. And I would hate that's the thing that hurt me for the Blue Beetle thing, is I would hate for them to feel like they fell short or failed or something like that, especially when it's getting such great reviews. So
I think the great reviews will help though. Like I think word of mouth will probably carry this movie a little bit, especially because it is getting a lot of people saying, "Hey, it's good." Because I know for me, I'm always leery when a DC Comics movie
me as well
comes out. I always wait. I'm always going to wait. I didn't watch Shazam the sequel. I didn't watch either of the Shazam movies in the movie theater. Not name one of them.
They can still keep it. And I watched.
I didn't see Aquaman in the movie theater. I didn't see the Suicide Squad in the movie theater. I ain't seen none of them.
If it's a DC movie, I'm not going to the theater.
They got to win me back. And
it's got to be. It would have to be. I think I went to go see Batman late. The new one.
I didn't see the Bat. Did I watch the Batman movie?
I went to go see it late. I didn't go immediately.
I think I did too. Yeah, I think I did the same thing. I think I waited like a week.
They're changing Henry Cavill from Superman. I forgot who they said they're casting, so I'm probably not effing with that.
Aren't we also forgetting one big thing about this whole thing with Blue Beetle is that everything's going to be turned over to James Gunn. Like this was, from my understanding, the last movie that's not James Gunn helmed.
I think he said that it's going to be a part of his thing, though.
Did he? Okay. Then I was going to say, people might just be like, I don't want to look at this knowing it's not connected to anything anymore.
I don't think people know.
Though. That's almost my entire reason. Because again, I've been mad at DC for forever for dropping the bag and trying to just, catch a donkey by its toe type stupidity. What? You know what I'm saying? The MCU was out there. Many, many, mighty mode.
That is the most country.
What? Don't worry about it. Listen,
it's all right.
I was making a point. Now I forgot it. I forgot the point now.
Bring around Rosie, pockets full of posies. Ashes, we all fall down. We get it.
There you go. We get it. My point was DC has pissed me off because they tried to instead of them just organically building that was connected, they tried to rush it and they ruined it. I apologize.
I can't help I can't help it. You won't stop laughing, so now I'm laughing.
I apologize. I've never heard that before. Hey man, listen. You never heard that before? It's a nice toenail. Anyway,
I'm sorry. All right.
I probably
that's why I don't agree with the whole superhero fatigue thing. I don't think it's a superhero fatigue thing. I think it's a byproduct of how the industry is now. There's so much content and so much stuff out there that people can watch for free.
Yeah.
You got Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and who else am I missing? Disney Plus and if you got all these streaming services, you could literally watch a new movie.
Shut up,
every day.
I hate you guys, man.
Morgan's still waiting for his next month free CD coming in the mail soon.
Hey man, we better make this show quick for the phone ring and take them off the internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all eat that too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let y'all have that. I ain't even gonna respond.
Oh, crap.
I'm not even gonna respond. Good job.
About to hear that down tone in a second.
Mom on the
phone. Somebody go pick up the phone. The whole show over. All right, I'm sorry. We just got derailed.
I'm never gonna be invited back, am I?
That's not us, man. That's Sean. Sean started.
I'm glad you guys had such a good time with that one.
Oh man. Oh Jesus.
Do y'all want to get into the list, and then circle back possibly? Because I do kind of want to do the list. One of mine I hate that I have to put on here, but
all right, we could go on the list. So we're doing top 5 90s cartoons.
And somebody better pledge to this Kickstarter. I ain't playing.
Yes. Come on, y'all. Come on
now.
Please don't let Morgan try.
I hate you guys, man. You know what, bro? When I get this movie deal, bro, and I'm
gonna get Wi-Fi finally, man. Thank
goodness.
Bro. Thank goodness.
Y'all he's not getting Wi-Fi.
I'm gonna remember
DSL.
Hey, you just remember. I'm gonna remember all this, okay?
He getting DSL. That's all he getting.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in.
Oh man. Anyway. Oh Jesus. Wait. Did you say you plugged in?
Yes.
You got a phone cord?
We already established that.
It's Wi-Fi. You know what?
You plugged in right to this computer.
Yeah, that's the fact.
You got a router.
You plug.
All right. Come on. Top 5 90s cartoons that started in the 90s. Let's go. Go ahead, Morgan. Morgan's top 5.
Let me delete this because y'all.
Oh Jesus!
Freaking idiot.
I hate y'all so much.
Wait, why you hate me?
Trying us.
Freaking idiot.
Oh man! Say you got another AOL disc coming.
It's coming don't act like you didn't get excited when that AOL free CD came.
You darn right. Hey Sean, I said the same thing. He said he plugged in. I'm like, wait a minute. His laptop plugged right into the.
Hey Beverly,
for the phone jack.
The Ethernet wire is, you know what?
It's plugged into his modem, and the modem is plugged into the back of his computer. We know. Wait, and back to his CompuServe.
Yeah, that's not supposed to. Oh wow,
CompuServe? Wow.
Okay,
CompuServe, man.
Hey, listen. Hey, everybody that's watching. I just want you guys to remember this, okay?
That's bad.
You just
I didn't
remember
even
this
go
show.
There, man.
Put a bookmark in it, because when I start, okay, I don't want nobody saying, "Dag, why he going so hard?" Oh man, he had to say that. I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? So you guys just remember this moment, okay?
All right. So in 20 years, we remember you did show gonna bring it back up. Well, we've done our 1,000th show.
Yep. Anyway,
go ahead, man. Give you a list, man.
All right. So for me, number 5, I'm not enthralled about putting it on there, but I feel like it's legendary enough, and it changed It changed TV enough that it has to be on the top 5, in my opinion. It has to. So number 5 for me, South Park. It's, in my opinion, it's one of the most impactful cartoons of our generation, especially. It is. There ain't no question. It changed things it changed TV in ways that I can't think of another cartoon that has in our lifetime. And sometimes it's hilarious to me, and sometimes it was stupid, but it's just got its own vibe to it, but it's a legendary vibe. That joint's still on today. I mean, it's been on for what, 20 plus years now, and it's still going. I mean, it's insane. So, and it got a feature film, so I mean, I had to put it on there, even though I kind of didn't want to. But that was my number 5. Number 4, SpongeBob. I mean, come on now. If your list doesn't have SpongeBob on it, you're just being a freaking hater or nostalgic. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's definitely one of the best cartoons, definitely of our generation, hands down. Come on, man. SpongeBob's got to be on your list. Number 3, another one's got to be on your list. X-Men. There's no way that you grew up in the 90s and didn't at least hear the dun 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 dun. I mean, you could just if you know the theme song that well, you don't even have to watch the episode. I know you at least heard that theme song before. It's that legendary of a show. X-Men is my number 3. Number 2, Batman the animated series. Again, another one that has to be on your top 5.
Number 2.
Yep.
Another one
that has to be in your top 5. It's a legendary show in a lot of different ways, especially because it was supposed to be a kid's show. But a lot of the content that they end up having in there, you can still go back and watch today and be like, "Dad, that's a good story." You know what I'm saying? And great voice acting. Like some of the best voice actors we've heard in our time period came off of that show. So the Batman animated series is my number 2.
Your number 1 better be amazing. I'm just saying.
Number 1, Family Guy. For me, Family Guy is my favorite animated series that I can think of. It made me laugh hard for 20 years. He's done spinoffs off of that show. He's a freaking Hollywood legend to a degree off of that show. That's my number 1, Family Guy. So that's my top 5. If y'all don't like Family Guy, I don't know what to tell you, but I love that show. So that's my top 5. Who wants to go next?
Kyrun, you want to go or you need a minute?
I mean, I'll go. I don't know how I can top that with Family Guy, number 1.
That was Danny-esque. I'm not going to lie to you.
You guys don't like Family Guy?
Not saying don't like it, just number 1.
Family Guy came out in 1999.
Is
like
that
literally at the end of the year?
Is that
exactly? You picked the latest possible, and both that and SpongeBob both came out at the end of the decade. I mean,
I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at the fact that
but even that, like Family Guy
cut off 95
number 1.
No, I'm just saying Family Guy isn't even on the same quality level as Batman the Animated Series.
They're
not
two
even
different things. It's again, it's like
why do you keep
Can I go?
Are you somebody help me? Somebody help Morgan understand the fact that all of these things are different than the other. None of them are the same.
You got to put in some type of rural saying for him.
You keep saying that.
What are you talking about?
His ring around the rosy pulled the donkey tail. You gotta connect it that way.
Listen, you don't have to worry about the donkey tail, okay? The point is,
listen, man.
All right, so number 1, you're not gonna lie and say Family
but your
Guy's
argument is always, well, they're two different things. Like, dude, all of them are different.
They're two different types of animated.
Okay,
so you're trying to compare an action. It would be like you comparing an action movie to a horror movie.
If you're making a list about the greatest movies of all time, yes, you might have a horror movie and an action movie in there.
You're absolutely right. Family Guy is one of the best cartoons of all time. It's not debatable.
Are you going to say
it's not?
It's not.
You're false.
I didn't say it's not one of the greatest.
Stop.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. I'm not saying that it's not one of the greatest cartoons of all time. I'm saying that Batman the Animated Series is better. It's better quality. It's better. It's more.
What the hell? What is this? Is that supposed to be? Was that supposed to make it sink in for me or something? What was that?
No, that's my shocked face that you think that Family Guy is better quality than
I didn't say nothing about better quality. You said it's better. You said it's better, and I said to you, there are people that never watch Batman animated series because they don't watch that type of show, but they do watch Family Guy. There's people that have never seen X-Men, but they watch South Park, right? There's a whole bunch of people that have South Park number one on their list.
So do you think popularity? Do you think popularity equates to quality?
See now, you're talking about different things, and now you bringing up quality as a part of a conversation.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's not the same. Like
I just said. All right, Morgan, man, you got to stick on. Listen, if we go
I don't have a debate, stick on nothing.
If we're gonna have a debate,
at least follow me. For why I picked the
I know, but if I'm saying that you think I said Batman animated series is better quality than Family Guy, and you're like, well, there are people that haven't seen Batman animated series, but they've seen Family Guy.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
my
saying
point
that
was there's two different types of animated series.
Okay, do you think that Batman the animated series is better quality than say South Park?
When you say quality, what do you mean? What do you mean by quality?
Never mind. All right,
storytelling.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, dude. Okay, go ahead, Kyrun, man.
I don't know. I'm just gonna let y'all go, dude.
Nah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, dude.
All right. Morgan looks like he's about to say something. I'm worried. I'm
not saying anything.
Okay, fine. So my number 5 is the one where I was struggling on the most is number 5 because there was a couple I wanted to put in there, but number 5 for me is going to be Gargoyles.
Okay.
Number 4 might be a little controversial, but it's going to be Superman the animated series.
That's a good one.
Number 3 is going to be Pokemon. Don't look at me like that, Javon.
And y'all keep saying I didn't say anything.
Ooh, Exo Squad is a good choice, but it's not top 5.
Exo Squad.
You don't remember Exo Squad?
I remember Exo Squad.
Oh, okay.
Over X-Men?
Yeah.
And Batman Beyond?
Mm-hmm. All right. Number 2, we got X-Men. And number 1, where it rightfully should be, is Batman the animated series.
I don't know how you don't have it. That's just baffling.
It should be there for everybody, but if we're talking specifically 90s cartoon, it should be Batman the animated series number 1 for everybody's list.
All right. Okay. So my list is a little different.
Jamari, I almost put Batman Beyond as my number 5. That was
I know. I wanted to put Batman Beyond.
I was putting it in there, man.
All right. Number 5. Number 5, I put a favorite. I know we're doing best, but this is a favorite. And I'm acknowledging that this is a favorite. So if you disagree with it, that's fine.
I disagree with it, but whatever.
That's fine. That's fine. Darkwing Duck.
Family Guy.
Darkwing Duck, number 5.
That's my other one right there.
Number 4, X-Men. And I battle with that one because I have another option that I'll talk about later. Number 3, Gargoyles. Number 2, Rugrats. I think Rugrats had a very long legacy, multiple movies. It was successful pretty much the entire decade. It's looked back fondly on now. Everybody know Phil, Lil. I mean, it still plays now.
Pokemon's been on for decades, had multiple movies, video games.
Everybody knows. I told you, I thought we were only doing American. I thought we were only doing American cartoons. That's why I didn't put any anime stuff on it. I missed
that part. All right.
And then number 1, listen, man. I don't understand somebody who doesn't believe
Family Guy
that Batman the animated series is the best movie to come out, best cartoon to come out of the 90s. I like Family Guy. I truly do like Family Guy. I honestly do. I was a big fan of the first few seasons, but it's barely a 90s show. Barely.
Reboot's a good choice too, though.
That was like past my time. I never really watched Reboot. I'll be honest, it was like past my time.
All right.
But yeah, that Family Guy choice is interesting. But yeah, I could have put Batman Beyond.
Yeah, I was thinking Gargoyles, Batman Beyond, or Darkwing Duck is number 5. Up until like half an hour before the show, I was still trying to figure those out.
I love Gargoyles for the theme music. I used to wake up to that theme music every morning and like do the beat on the table.
What? Wait. What do you mean you love it for the theme music? What about the rest
You
of
didn't
the
like
show?
Gargoyles?
I didn't watch it like that. I would watch it before I got ready to go to school or whatever. I used to hear it in the morning when I got ready to go somewhere, but I never watched a series like, oh man, let me binge this. I only did that with Batman, X-Men, watch Spider-Man sometimes.
That's because you're too busy watching Family Guy.
Hey, listen, I don't know what if you if you don't like Family Guy, I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's a hilarious.
I said don't like Family Guy. I just don't think it's a top 5.
It's been on for 20 plus years as one of the most successful cartoons of all time. So
out of all
with
the
multiple
cartoons,
awards,
all the cartoons,
I can look up all the
show
awards
got
now.
canceled like twice.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
It got canceled twice.
I just gotta know, was American Dad number 6 for you? I just want to know. Like, where does American Dad fall on your list?
American Dad, that's not one of my favorite shows. So
that's so mean. That was mean. That was
mean. So this is the conversation
that was mean.
This is a conversation that we keep having to resurface, and I think it's because we had different childhoods. So I'll say it again. I didn't grow up reading comics or anything that had to do with that. Like when I watched X-Men and Batman animated series, I came across it because they had what time it happened to come on TV, and that's when I caught it. Gargoyles came on mad early in the morning for me. So I would hear the theme music. I would wake up to it. I remember this. I used to wake up to that theme music, be like, Dad, what is that show? And I wake up and see it, but then I had to start getting ready for school, right? So that's why I didn't sit down and watch it. I haven't gone back to like go on Netflix or Vudu or whatever to say, oh, let me give Gargoyles a chance and just watch the whole series. I just missed it. It wasn't a part of my childhood. So I can speak to the show because I've seen it, because I've heard the music, but I never watched the show. Yep. And again, Pokemon's wasn't my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was when people were jumping on Pokemon, I was on Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? People start talking about Naruto, I stayed with Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a difference in how we grew up. But that also goes to my point about why, like I said, there are people there are other people that if we had them on the show, I guarantee you would have South Park on their list because it was a transformative show for them and it helped change TV. But you guys would look at them like they were idiots because you were growing up on cartoons.
If it was number 1, yeah.
Time out. I didn't look at you like you were an idiot for South Park. I didn't say nothing about South Park.
Yeah, it was Family Guy.
Yeah,
because you put it number 1.
You have it.
Okay, I put it number 1 for a reason.
But hold on for a second. Stop for a second. Just bring it back. Family Guy came out literally the last year of the
But that's irrelevant to the entire conversation. That's
you didn't even let me finish my point.
But it's irrelevant.
It is irrelevant. It's very relevant.
Did we say up to 90?
Just wait.
I agree, PJ. I agree.
Hold on.
I did watch.
It came out at the end of the decade. You're telling me that one show, because if that one show was better than every show that happened during that 10-year span. Mind you, it's a show. I'm asking you.
No, obviously I think Family Guy. I thought that was clear by me putting it number 1.
Right. But its popularity didn't even occur in the 90s. The popularity that you're talking about didn't even really occur in the 90s.
So we should have cut it off then. The cutoff.
No, if you're talking
earlier in the 90s, it should have been 95.
If we're talking about the best shows of the 90s that actually took like in the 90s, like
the stipulation was it had to come out in the 90s.
Yes, that it had to come out in the 90s, but the success of the show didn't even occur in that decade. Again, the show got canceled. So if we're talking about the best shows, the stuff that you're talking about all happened in 2000. When you talk about the awards and all that other stuff,
is still on now.
So is The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons are on right
one of the best shows of all time.
Yes,
the only reason it's not on this list is because it came out in '87.
I am agreeing that Simpsons. If we were talking about the best did you have Family Guy in your top 5 when we did best cartoons of all time?
If I remember, it was a freaking clerical error. There's no way it wasn't.
Okay. Family Guy is one of my favorite shows.
I just think that the reasons why you're considering it amongst the, again, I'm not saying this is me talking about how I view what you're saying. The reasons why you're saying it's one of the best. I'm saying if we're talking about the best 90s shows, I'm talking about shows that were good. That the way I looked at it, okay, not the way you looked at it clearly. The way that were good throughout the 90s. South Park was barely in it. And then when it was in it, it wasn't popular enough to stay afloat.
I just want to say Morgan did have Family Guy on his top list at number 3. But and this is what blew my mind right now. He had Looney Tunes as number 1, and then he had Batman at number 2, and then Family Guy at number 3. So somehow between then and now, it's changed.
Wait. He didn't even have Simpsons at number 1?
Nope. It went Looney Tunes.
You have
Batman
over the Simpsons?
He had Simpsons at 4, and then Boondocks at 5. So somehow Family Guy got better for him since last year.
You got the Simpsons. You got the Family. You had Family Guy over the Simpsons?
He sure did.
He just read the list to you.
That's
sure
insane. That is insane, dude. That I don't even understand that.
There's nothing to understand.
Wow, you're right. You are absolutely right. You haven't said it.
But here's the kicker, though. Word. He won that week too.
That I wasn't on that week. I think.
Nope,
I wasn't. It wouldn't have happened. I think that was like my birthday or something. That's the only way he's winning that, because no way, shape, form, or fashion is Family Guy third list. The other list had Danny's. What was Danny's list?
That's what Danny actually had a decent list. He had Avatar, Batman, The Simpsons, Teen Titans, and Dragon Prince.
And number 1?
Oh, Avatar was number 1. Number 5 was Dragon Prince.
No, wait. Say it again. Number 1 was Avatar.
Yep.
Number
then Batman.
2 was Batman.
Then The Simpsons.
Simpsons.
And then Teen Titans.
Who else was on that show? Somebody else had to. I think somebody else was on it as well.
Roxy and Mike
Watson.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming.
Oof.
You want me to read their list too? Is that what?
No, I'm laughing. I don't know, man. I don't know, yo. I don't know, man. That's insane to me, man. I mean, I like Family Guy, but honestly, after the first 2 or 3 seasons, I don't think has been that good. Maybe 4 or 5.
Hey, listen,
that's just me though.
Yeah, there's nothing that's gonna change my mind.
I would love to know if more people really think that.
Well, we're gonna find out, right?
Show than Batman, I guess.
Hey, listen, again, I would argue that there are a lot of people out there that have never seen Batman the animated series, but they have seen Family Guy. I would argue that strongly, actually.
Okay, so, and I'm going to ask you a question again. Do you think that popularity equates to quality, though?
I think it can in some iterations. It depends on the situation.
Exactly. So, using other people who watch this as a barometer, there are more people that have listened to right now. I've listened to Taylor Swift than probably have listened to Prince. Because the younger generation
dragged a lot in this episode.
No, I'm not dragging her. I'm just making her. Taylor Swift she's popular. I didn't drag popular music. She's popular music, right? Like Taylor Swift is popular music. She's but do you consider her to be just as good as like what's her name from Floetry?
I mean, I'm not a Swiftie, so I don't know many of
But that's my point, though. Like there are movies that win Oscars that people have never even watched.
You're right.
Never even watched.
That's absolutely right.
And then there are movies that everybody watched.
Yep.
But didn't win an Oscar. Like
you're absolutely
that's
right.
not a barometer for.
I didn't say it. I said it depends on the situation.
You keep using that analogy. You keep saying that.
You just asked me a question, and I said
I didn't ask you a question. You said it.
You started this by saying I'm going to ask you a question. I just asked you.
No, you voluntarily said, Well, there are people who've never watched Batman before, and there are more
I said
people
that
that have
after
watched
you
Family
asked
Guy.
me the question again.
What question was it?
You said, I'm going to ask, you said, do you think popularity equates to quality?
No,
you
I said that after you said that. Why would I say it beforehand?
I answered it first.
Kyrun,
and then I got
Kyrun's sitting right here. Kyrun is listening. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Right here. Because I'm trying to figure it out. Why would I say that for no reason? You said
you didn't say it for no reason. You were starting back into your point, which is okay. I'm going to ask you again. Don't worry about it. The point is, you whatever I'm saying tonight just had you frustrated. So
I'm not frustrated.
I don't know what you're
me
doing
that
there.
I said something that I didn't say when I said it.
Okay, you didn't.
You
say
keep saying
okay.
Javon, you said
but, okay,
this, which is why I said this, and I'm saying it's the other way around.
You didn't say it. That was my mistake. I misspoke. I misspoke. It's not a problem. So okay. So then let's go back to your point, right? So your point is
go ahead.
Your point in the original time that you asked me was, do I equate popularity to quality? And I said it depends on the situation, right? Okay. So you can go back into your point, which you were just making, which was you said like you were just making the point saying there are some movies that nobody's ever seen that have won Oscars, and there's some movies that are very popular that they haven't won anything, right? So you can continue your point from there.
No, I was just saying that, and that I was using that analogy to point out that popularity doesn't always equate to quality. South Park is one of the most popular shows of all time, but most people will consider it. Most people, even the people that like it, will consider it to not be the highest quality. Most people will consider it to be kind of lowbrow, and and juvenile. But it's funny to them. That doesn't necessarily mean it's like the best quality.
But so I'll ask you, wouldn't quality is quality something that just has it doesn't have context to it? Like, wouldn't quality matter? Like, okay, there's like let's say in comedy, right? There's different types of comedy, right? Okay, so a slapstick comedy, right? Versus Dave Chappelle. Like, let's say there's two stand-up shows. One is like Martin Lawrence when he used to do Def used to do Def Comedy Jam. He had physical jokes that he used that you would probably consider them to be more slapstick because he didn't really stand and like tell stories. Yes, Martin Lawrence on Def Comedy Jam used to do physical. Like, he used to make you laugh by doing physical things, or like when you watch the Martin Show, he did it by dressing up as Shanae, dressing up as Dragonfly Jones.
Right.
Okay, that's a different type of comedy, right?
Right.
Is it any less brilliant than Chappelle in his comedy, or are they just two different ways of making people laugh?
Well, again, I would say the same thing. There are a lot of people who love Martin, but they wouldn't consider it like high end, like quality. I've had this conversation with people all the time. They like it and they think it's funny, but they wouldn't consider it to be like on the level of like a top 5 like comedy. Now, or let me rephrase it. Regarding like the quality of the show, like most people think it's lowbrow. So most people will call Martin's comedy lowbrow.
Okay,
and it wouldn't be considered like, and it's different than say a Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle, he might do like the lowbrow comedy, but there's that socio-political background. Like, there's actual thinking involved in the skits and the stuff that he's doing. So that's why his gets lauded and gets acclaims and gets awards and stuff. And Martin's never really did that. Martin wasn't getting Emmys and stuff for his show. You understand what I'm saying?
So to you, quality would be that's the point that I'm coming to. If you're doing two different types of things, it's similar to what we were talking about in the Verzuz battles. Like, there are some genres of music that you don't put against each other because both genres are great. Like, opera's amazing. It doesn't make R&B less amazing, right? Like,
Nobody said that.
I'm not going to say.
I'm not saying
there are people out in the world that say R&B or rap.
Okay, but we ain't the. I'm talking about.
I'm making an analogy
here,
just like you are. You made an analogy using two different types of things, and I'm doing the same thing, right? My point is, if you're talking about quality doesn't have a blanket meaning to it, especially if you're putting it in a specific subject or conversation. Like it would be contextual. So like there are some people that would think, like there are some people that don't like Dave Chappelle's socio-political commentary, but they love Martin's style, right? So but so for them, you can't tell them that Martin's not funny in a Dave Chappelle. There's no way.
Which is fine, but you're talking again.
You
you're
also
talking
can't
taste.
go and tell them
I'm not talking taste though.
But
we're talking about craft.
You wouldn't be able to go to that person and tell them that Martin isn't a quality stand-up.
If you said
they would take that as disrespect.
No, if you say again, we're talking about like number one. I'm not talking about his stand-up. To me, the stand-up is different. If we're talking, I thought you were referring to the TV shows. If we're talking stand-up, to me, Martin's stand-up is a little more grounded and everything. I think he has more quality in his stand-up than he had in his show. So that's why if you want to use the analogy of the shows, I'm riding with you. But if we're talking about the stand-ups, that's a little different because I don't think Martin's stand-up is low quality. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think his stand-up is low quality. If you compared it to Dave Chappelle, you so crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's perspective too, absolutely.
That's the point.
But I would say that if you were to talk to 50 animators, or if you not even 50 animators, if you were to go to 50 people and say what is the better cartoon, now if you want to say which is the funnier cartoon, Family Guy is going to win. But if we're talking about,
because that contest matters,
hold on. But if you're adding parameters to it, like animation, writing, longevity, all that other stuff, like legacy, I would say Batman the Animated Series has it beat over Family Guy any day because, number one, Family Guy is very derivative of The Simpsons, extremely derivative of The Simpsons. Batman the Animated Series was doing things that all these cartoons now are doing now and have been for years. They literally pioneered a animated style that has been adopted by animation studio after animation studio after animation studio. Family Guy has been riffing off The Simpsons for decades. It's not even original within the realm that it's in. It's not. Now, Batman the Animated Series was mind-blowing when it first came out because it was like nothing that had ever been seen on a superhero cartoon ever before. And I'm not the only person that feels that way. And if you ask anybody, they would tell you. That's the difference between, that's to me, when I talk about quality and I'm talking about writing, everything involved with the creation of it and the legacy involved. Now, Family Guy is still going on. Yeah, it's a cash cow for them. And I'm not saying it's not successful. But if we're talking about which is a better cartoon, I don't think the Family Guy people would say that they would feel that they're on the same level as Batman the Animated Series. Again, they're riding the Simpsons coattails. They've been riding the Simpsons. There's a reason why they played the Simpsons and then Family Guy right after them. They've been riding their coattails forever. Now, you disagree with me. I mean, I'm cool with it, but you asked me for an explanation. Well, it's like last week when I said Purple Rain was better than Thriller. Well, Thriller has the sales and it wasn't a better album. It was not trying to start that up again. Just elaborating on your point. No, that don't work either because both of them are quality albums that are critically lauded. I don't think Family Guy has ever been critically lauded in its entire run. People like it, but I don't know if it's ever been critically lauded. Are you taking a picture? Kyrun, man. We can't hear you.
Morgan is doing the same image or same facial expressions that Danny does every week when y'all double team on him. So I just wanted to have that available. That's all.
I mean, he asked me a question. I answered him. Right? Was that the answer to the question that you presented? I'm asking him a question. You can't get frustrated with me.
Question.
Yes. Oh. I said is that you asked me a question, I answered it, and then you act all exasperated. I answered your question.
I was listening to you.
You know he got a camera, right? We just took a picture of what your face looked like.
That don't bother me.
So when are y'all going to do the dude? Honestly, I don't think I was watching cartoons after 2000.
See, that was when like everything blew up. You know, Cartoon Network got really big and Nickelodeon got really big. So there's gonna be way too many cartoons.
There were a lot of great.
I thought Johnny Bravo came out in the 90s. No,
there were a lot of great cartoons that came out in the 2000s.
I thought Johnny Bravo was in there. I mean, there's a lot of 90s shows that could have been in there, like Animaniacs.
Yeah,
I wanted to put in Pirates of the Dark Water, even though it was like one season. It was amazing.
Are you sure? I thought they had like a couple seasons on that.
I don't think so. I think it got canceled after one season.
The
Max.
Wait, let me post
Spawn. Spawn was great quality.
Well, I think we got a new backer. I'm not sure, but I think hold on. Well, how many did we start with? How many did we start the show with?
No new backers, but somebody changed their pledge.
Okay. That's all right though. Give me more money, right?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
There you go.
They changed what they wanted, so I'm good with that.
Hey, listen,
I'll allow
all right.
Yeah. So the reason I got quiet is because I didn't want you to think I was interrupting you or anything while you were trying to make
appreciate
your point. So I didn't have anything to say. I was just listening to you. My whole point about the whole thing is very similar to what I was saying about the Verzuz.
Oh, chicken.
It depends on who's.
I don't think Justice League came out in the 90s though. I think Justice League came out in 2001. I was in college when that
came out at some point in that period.
No, just Avengers came out in 2002. Teen Titans came out in 2002.
Yeah, and that's definitely gonna be on mine.
Honestly, it's gonna be all superhero stuff because that was the only thing I was watching.
But that goes back to my point.
We're gonna go back to this.
Yeah, no, we don't have to. It's fine.
Go ahead, say what you got to say. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let you get the last word.
No, I think I made the point enough. My only.
No, go ahead. I actually want to hear what you have to say. I'm not gonna say anything after.
My only point was that it's a matter of perspective and who looks at it. That's it. It's a matter of perspective. It's a matter of who's watching it and what they like. Everything's always gonna come down to that, and almost everything. So that's why, like, when we do our list and we do best versus greatest, if we did a greatest list, and our opinion doesn't matter. If we do a best list, that's the middle ground that we found is if we do best, it's a mix of our favorite and greatest. But if we did just a strictly greatest list, there's a lot of stuff that I would want to put on the list that I can't just because of like now we got to look at accolades and we got to look at all these other things that determine what's great. Batman only fought for 4 years in the anime series. Peter been fighting that shit. You're right, PJ. That is a fair point. Peter's still fighting that chicken. Still.
I will say my favorite one of my favorite Family Guy moments was, and it was in the crossover when Peter fought Homer. That was one of my favorite ones. That fight
was awesome. They fought more than once.
Peter and Homer?
Yep. If I'm not mistaken, they fought more than once. What's good, Ryan?
Don't second guess him on his knowledge of Family Guy. I mean,
wait, I can't remember. No, I'm trying to remember though.
Family Guy so much, Kyrun. What is this?
I'm telling Javon not to doubt you.
Are you saying Family Guy is not hilarious? Is that what you're saying?
All I'm saying is,
I don't think Kyrun likes Family Guy.
You clearly don't like it. So what is the problem?
I don't think Kyrun likes Family Guy.
I didn't say
I don't think he does either.
Okay, I like Family Guy. Is that what you want me to say?
No,
I never said I didn't like it. Damn.
I could. Morgan got Whitney right underneath the camera. He's
If I had Whitney, you would already seen it. I told you,
Whitney ain't
got that kind of
reach
right now. Like I wish he would say he didn't like Family Guy.
I told you, Whitney is sleeping right now.
You know what I really wanted? One of my favorite 90s cartoons that very few people remember, but it was hilarious and it was a great show. The Critic.
It was all right show. I remember it.
I love The Critic, man. Critic was funnier than The Simpsons back then, dude. Absolutely. I'll die on that hill. It was funny in The Simpsons.
I got to look and see when.
I hate that it's not on any streaming service, man. It's not on any streaming service.
Was Futurama the future? Yeah,
Futurama's 90s.
It had to come out in 2000s. Had to.
No, that was the 90s, wasn't it?
I don't think so. Because if Family Guy came in right at the end, ain't no way Futurama was before it.
I thought Futurama came out before Family Guy.
No.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Oh, no, you're right. I guess my bad. No, wait.
No, Futurama definitely came after Family Guy. Definitely.
And
it's
like The Critic is on Tubi.
It's on. Like, no. See, okay. Futurama came out in '99.
They must have launched it around.
It went in Fox 99 to 2003. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, it's definitely not. But I didn't put it like if it was one of those shows that was like right on the edge. I didn't put it because it doesn't fit the whole. You know what I mean? Like if we're talking about the greatest of the whole, decade. That's why I didn't put it. But there was a few. I wanted to put Doug.
I thought about putting Doug on mine too because that was one of my favorites. As far as the Nickelodeon shows, SpongeBob was my favorite. Behind that is either Doug or Rugrats.
But you could have put those as like number 5 then. Say it was good.
I felt I had to put South Park on there to give it the due respect it deserved as a TV show. That show changed TV, especially for an animated series. It literally changed TV. Like they had a whole warning that you had to watch before you could even watch the show. I wasn't even allowed to watch South Park when it first came out. Literally.
But you said your criteria, like if we were doing greatest, I probably would have put South Park because of the longevity. But if we're talking about like best,
if we're doing best, it's a mix of greatest and favorite.
Top 5 underrated card. That would be a good one. Hey, y'all remember Pro Stars?
Yes. Michael Jordan and Wayne Gretzky and Bo Jackson.
Man, listen. That was my joint. Hammerman.
We trying to forget Hammerman.
What was the other one?
The Kid and Play
have a cartoon.
Kid and Play had a cartoon. We trying to forget those. Dude.
Wait, was Beetlejuice the 90s?
It should be.
I don't know.
I think Beetlejuice.
Thank you, Beverly.
I could have put Goof Troop, Daria.
Yeah, Maya's. Yeah, PJ. My baby.
Yes, Beetlejuice was 89.
Wow. Really? Hey,
the list is up for y'all to go vote.
Hey, listen, man, Pro Stars is my joint. Or what's the Wish Kid?
Got an increase. We got an increased pledge, and we got an increased pledge, and we got a new bag. That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all remember Conan the Adventurer?
That was actually a really good cartoon.
It really was.
Y'all can keep it. I thought about putting Captain Planet on mine for nostalgia.
I thought about that also.
Hammerman was beautiful. The animation was so bad.
It was.
Wait,
didn't his shoes talk on that? His shoes were capping him too.
I was thinking about
they were talking back to him and all. I was like, damn.
It was so bad.
My honorable mentions were Rugrats, Beavis and Butthead. Because Beavis and Butthead was another line pusher.
I just never liked Beavis and
Gargoyles.
Butthead. I never thought it was good. To me, that was like stoner comedy. Wait, Rambo. I don't know if Rambo came out in the 90s, though.
That was the 80s.
That was definitely the 80s. We got to do 80s, man.
I almost put King of the Hill on mine, honestly.
Yeah?
King of the Hill is good.
I never really watched King of the Hill either, though.
I'll tell you what.
Didn't one of the guys die? Who
Don't say
did the voices? Yeah.
Don't say that.
I'll tell you what.
I could have put Bobby's World. Love Bobby's World.
Who?
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World.
Damn
it. See, now I need to go watch Spooby. Damn it.
Now you need to go watch what?
Spooby. Have you guys ever heard of the Spooby comedy routine by T-Rex?
No.
I'm gonna send y'all that and tell me if it's not one of the funniest things you've ever heard, because it is hilarious.
See that when we talk about the thing
SWAT Cast was good too, though.
The thing that Family Guy does better.
Wait, what year was Cops?
Huh?
Cops was the 90s.
That was the 90s?
I did love Cops.
Cops?
Yes.
The cartoon Cops.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, okay. One of the first shows had a black lead.
Yeah. Oh, dude was swole too. No, dude, 88.
It came out in 88?
Yes. Damn, I'm old.
Oh man.
That I was the whole 4 years old, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, remember the New Adventures of He-Man?
No, I don't want to remember.
You've never seen that? Oh,
no, I've seen it. I'm trying not to remember it though.
Dude, I had the toy. I remember that. It was He-Man, man.
That was when they had He-Man and he was like, wasn't muscular anymore, right?
Yeah, he was like slimmed down. He had like short hair, and the sword was ugly as hell. Fighting crime in the future time.
Yeah.
Wait, Mask was the 80s, right?
That feels like that should have been 90s because the movie came out in 90, right?
Mask?
The Mask?
Oh, Matt. The vehicle one.
Mask. Yeah, 85 to 80. They only had one season?
Yeah, it was really short. Wow. But those toys were fire though.
I say y'all keep that too.
Wait, when was Bionic 6?
That feels like an 80s because that's gotta be late 80s on that.
Definitely before my time. Jesus Christ.
87. Damn, dude, you're young. That was
I never even
awful.
heard
The
of
sword
it.
was like a laser. Yes, it was. It was very awful. Captain N. When was Captain N? That was the 80s too, huh? Damn.
That was 80s because that was right when Nintendo came out.
Yeah. Captain N.
There's some good cartoons in the 80s, damn it.
I know, man. That was my whole Saturday mornings, man.
All right, Javon and I are going to do a top 5 80s. Leave
I know,
Morgan
we gotta leave Morgan out of it, man.
We'll probably leave Danny out of this.
I'm 39, Beverly.
Morgan gonna have like
The Simpsons gonna be on there. I'll tell you that right now.
Simpsons will probably be
at number 4.
Simpsons gonna be on there. I can tell you that right now. But again, I was in the 80s. I was 5.
Morgan gonna have Fraggle Rock at number 1.
Oh crap!
I like.
I've never
Rock,
seen it.
I'm not gonna lie, man.
You're gonna have Sesame Street, but they have animated parts in it.
Greg just pledged too, so
thank you, Greg.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Hey man, listen. Do y'all want me to grow up? I can't grow up. I was 5. What I mean, what is the problem here? Y'all are weird, bro. Y'all are some freaking weirdos.
I mean, listen, man. That was
youngins.
Right. I know you young bucks. You don't know nothing about that. What you know about that, boy?
I'll stay just my age. I don't have no problem.
What you know about that, boy?
Yeah, I don't got no problem with it at all.
Oh man.
Anyway,
I didn't forget about Biker Mice, but I didn't think it was that good.
I thought Biker Mice from Mars was the 80s.
Biker Mice?
I feel like it was like late 80s, early 90s, if anything.
Oh, 93. Yeah. Wait, when was Swamp Mice?
Swamp Thing was like 91. Ooh, right, Toxic Avenger.
Oh, that's 80s though.
Y'all just wasting
time.
But
when was the cartoon?
What do you mean wasting
Toxic
time?
Crusaders. Hold on, when was Toxic Crusaders?
Y'all make sure y'all go vote. The polls up.
91. Swamp Thing was 91.
Yeah.
Damn, I love that. That was a good cartoon too.
That was...
What? You didn't like that?
No, I like that. That was some good cartoons on us.
I mean, what they had RoboCop. RoboCop had a cartoon.
Yeah, that made no sense to have RoboCop and Rambo with cartoons. These R-rated movies. We marketing the kids through cartoons.
Man, the folks can do what they want.
Gem and the holograms. Yep, I do remember that.
For some reason, that just made me think about Toe Jam and Earl, but
okay,
I don't know why.
Wait, that was that a cartoon or was that a video game?
It was a video game.
Both.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah, there was
a video game, as far as I knew. I played the video game. Oh my god!
I will say Double Dragon cartoon was better than the video game.
I don't care.
Wait, that's when they had like The swords, right?
That video game was awesome. Man, Double Dragon.
Was it though?
Yes. For that time period, are you kidding me?
Wait, no, Double Dragon, the cartoon.
It was better than the video.
I'm talking about the video game.
I know.
I don't.
I'm saying the video.
No.
Double
the
Dragon,
video game eventually got repetitive, and it was just the same thing over.
All games back then were repetitive.
Yeah,
come on, man.
That got repetitive really quickly.
Double Dragon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Streets of Rage.
I know they were all the same. They were all side scrollers.
Exactly. Booyah!
Ring around the Rosie.
It was the noise from Streets of Rage. Bro, you didn't play Streets of Rage?
I mean, it's been a long time, man. I played all these games when I was like,
what?
When did Streets of Rage come out?
It gotta be the early 90s, I would imagine, because I was old enough to play it.
Morgan was deprived. Morgan was a little bit deprived.
I gotta get going.
All right, man.
I gotta go eat and I gotta go take my dog out for a walk.
I gotta go eat too.
That's right. Street Fighter did have a cartoon and Mortal Kombat, and they were both terrible.
Yeah, that
but the animated movie was great though.
Mortal Kombat, the animated movie. The most recent animated movie for Mortal Kombat was pretty good.
Go watch the original Street Fighter animated movie, and it's worth it.
I'm not.
All right. Well, then I forgot. It doesn't have Family Guy in there. I forgot. You're not going to watch it.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Family Guy. One of the things that Family Guy does better than anybody else is their comedic timing. It's freaking fantastic. They know just when to do a joke, a gag long enough, and just when it's going to get too much. I don't know how they do it, but they always hit that perfect.
What are you talking about?
Family Guy.
Family Guy.
Again,
they're freaking fantastic at it. It's amazing. Appreciate y'all who pledged too. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Yeah, whoever increased their
pledge.
Only
got a little bit to go, man. Only got a little bit to go. You can exhale a little.
I've been waiting to exhale. I've been waiting.
Wow.
I think you might need to creep out of here, man.
They got really weird, really fast.
I'm about to chase that waterfall. But
you're just a silly hoe, man. You're just a silly hoe.
I'm just gonna go read my fan mail. That's all I'm gonna do. Read my fan mail.
Stick to the rivers and lakes you used to.
Hey, man. What about your friends? What about them?
Well, they did. Last I heard, they were getting a red light special.
Oh snap! Damn.
Yeah, that's last I heard.
Damn. What kind of friends you got?
I know.
I'm just telling you, that's the last I heard.
You got friends that wear the hat to the back though, so that makes sense.
Yeah. As long as they ain't no scrubs.
But they're not too proud to beg.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they ain't no scrubs.
No scrubs.
No scrubs.
No.
They are unpretty though.
You do feel so unpretty sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's just end this.
Yeah, that was gonna go for a while probably.
We already did this before.
We did this on Tuesday last week.
All right, y'all.
This is how you know that he don't watch your show, Javon. He don't watch your show.
Hey, listen, it's okay, man. It's okay.
Watch what show?
Listen, Morgan got to deal with me for like an hour and a half on Tuesdays. He need a break.
All right, you're right. Yeah, absolutely correct.
See, I was saying
it's like I couldn't come on his show every Thursday. We kill each other.
Morgan just did you dirty. That's all. That's all.
Wow. You just kept it
man.
going.
It's all right. It's all right, man. It's all right. So when I get my money and I get my deal, I'm gonna remember this. I want y'all to come back and remember this moment because I'm gonna let y'all know.
This is getting really weird.
Hey, so we felt the same way when you said it.
Really weird.
We felt the exact same way with every word that came out your mouth.
Wait a minute. Hey, bro. Hey, listen. Hold on, man. But as far as I know, I'm still up. So you can still. What? I'm trying not to.
What are you even talking about?
I'm sorry. What? What he is? What? We don't need to know about that.
I don't know. I don't know where this is going.
We don't need.
Who referenced this at all?
I did. That's what matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Morgan needs these things in his life to make him feel good.
No, I don't.
As a Carolina Panthers fan, as a Carolina Panthers fan, did I tell you to bring that up just now?
You were bumping your gums talking about how much you were winning, and I said there ain't no mother freaking way. And I said
that was an hour ago, man.
No, you were just talking trash.
Kyrun, did you hear me say it?
I just want to go eat dinner. That's all.
I just want y'all to understand. I didn't say one word about it.
Man, you said something just now.
I done gave Morgan PTSD. I'm sorry, y'all.
Give me no
I
PTSD.
apologize, man. I apologize. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna do some.
We appreciate y'all for listening again. I'm sorry I missed last week. Danny should be back next Tuesday. Kyrun will not. Not unless he's doing something racist.
Damn.
Just invited you like that?
Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
Typical angry black man.
Seriously.
Well, at least I'm not eating watermelon.
Not right now.
I could be mad and eating watermelon at the same time.
Today.
You ain't never seen me eating watermelon.
You were eating chicken earlier.
On purpose.
Loudly, too. Just loudly.
Absolutely proudly, but I ain't got no watermelon. I don't have no watermelon right now.
All right, y'all. This is going off the
We love y'all. Make sure you go vote. Thank you for pledging to Kyrun's Kickstarter. I passed 10,000 followers on TikTok today. That crap is crazy.
Go tell each one of your followers to donate $1 towards my Kickstarter, and then I get the tattoos.
I'll think about it. Didn't realize y'all was doing YouTube only. I've been waiting to see that y'all were. Well, what had happened was Javon was being racist. Like, I'm explaining later, Jess. Don't worry about it. It's Javon's fault. Why are y'all pointing at me?
I'm pointing at you just because he was pointing at you. So
I hate you people. Anyway, next week I don't know what do y'all want to pick? No, never mind. We'll pick the topic once.
Damn. He's like, God. He's like, not you, Kyrun.
Yeah, no.
He said, not you.
It's gonna be World of Warcraft.
Oh no, Sean. We are at so fourth wall. So fourth wall is at like we're over 1,000 now subscribers. We just got to get the hours watched up. That's just TikTok
in the background.
Somebody cooking. That's just my TikTok. I had like 500 followers just like a month ago, and now it's up to like 10K. So very, very happy about that. Danny's almost at 100,000. Kyrun's at like
I'm over 5,000.
Yeah, Kyrun's freaking smacking. Javon just started his like
Javon
did yours like a month ago, right?
I barely put anything on it.
Yeah, Javon just started his like a month ago, so we know his will kick up. But the TikTok shop thing has been pretty awesome. So
I am trying to set mine up for this week though. I just gotta figure this crap out.
It's been pretty awesome, and hopefully y'all join me over there. And I've got some exclusive. I got some hollow covers that I'm gonna make a TikTok about it. When these hollow covers drop.
All right, I gotta get off. It's late. Peace.
But anyway, yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Love y'all, except for Kyrun. And we'll see y'all Tuesday. Don't make me go get with me. Oh wow.
He gave you the Stone Cold salute, bro.
Yeah, that was some Sacramento stuff right there. God
sure was.
Down in the mental.
You say you don't love me, so I'm gonna give it right back.
I said everybody but Kyrun. I didn't say I don't love you.
Whatever.
I just said
okay, so Kyrun understands what I do.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
I said I love everybody but Kyrun. That's not the same as Kyrun. I don't love you. Those aren't the same things.
This is the logic that I deal with every week.
This is like how he says Family Guy is better than Batman.
Every week, this is the logic that I have to deal with.
If I said
I've been told
I just told you I love you on the show.
I just want y'all to understand.
It's cool.
And you guys were picking on me too, and I still was like, "Nah, I love you." I still said it on the live show.
Okay, all right,
yeah. So kiss the dick. See y'all later.
Peace out, y'all.